Time once again for On Point Live. I'm Michael Horn with our producer Corey Marino, but the stars of our show, two great gentlemen, played for the Rams. Vince Ferragamo played a few other places as well, too. We're talking about good old number 15, Vince Ferragamo, one of the stars of Super Bowl 14, and number 78, the Energizer Bunny, we call him here. Jackie Slater, one of the great defensive players, offensive lineman of all time, and we love the guy. And welcome to the show, gentlemen. Glad it's getting near Christmas time. You got your shopping done?
Yeah, a little bit, Mike. I may have to do my last-minute stuff, Jackie, but we have to wish all of our listeners and all our viewers out there a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, because this is a wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time.
It's a blessing to be part of this.
It really is. It really is.
To be able to do this show and talk about sports, huh, Jackie?
That's fine, huh?
Yeah, it's a great time.
Corey, are we going to play Christmas holiday music on the show today?
Yes, there should be some Christmas music in the other segments.
Okay, that'll be great. Gonna get going. So how's your week going? You got your shopping done? You, Jackie, you look like you put up a great Christmas tree. Are you a live Christmas tree or a fake Christmas tree?
Well, I both. I usually get a little small one like Vince does, but I always have my big Christmas tree that I like to put up, and I just roll that baby out of the garage and uncover it and put all of my lights on it, all of my bulbs, ornaments on it, and everything, and decorate it just with different themes every year. That's what
Vince,
I like.
You look like a guy that you got a little small one. You probably got a bigger one, and you look like you got about 3 trees. What the heck you got?
We do have 3 trees actually.
Really?
Yeah, 2 of them we pull down from the basement or pull from the attic and then pull it down. But Jody does such a great job putting all the ornaments on it. But then we go out and get a noble fir tree, to make that smell, and it's just beautiful to have it decorated. And so she does a wonderful job with the lights, and it's very festive looking. So we're excited.
But if I recall, was it a year ago you fell and almost broke your back trying to put lights up?
That was in the front yard.
You're going to have to learn to get somebody to put your lights up for you.
No,
landed right on your back. Landed right on your back on a big brick wall.
Yeah, I was lucky. I walked away from that.
My friend Juan helps me with that. Here's what I did this year. I've got a fake tree, but I decorated it with Harmony Cheese, our sponsor. It is great. I get hungry, I'm watching TV, I grab a pack of Harmony Cheese right off the tree. Jackie, you should do that. I had some Abergelli.
He's ordered some.
I've already sent my Harmony Cheese gift packages to the people that I want to have them. So Bree did a fantastic job helping me make the selections, and
we'll be right
she's
back.
Handling the
taking a break. Stay with us on Point Live.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell.
Welcome back. It's On Point Live. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating. Happy New Year. I'm Michael Horn, the stars of our show. The great Vince Ferragamo, the incredible Jackie Slater. Those are the Jackie Slater singers. And before we get back to the gentlemen and stars of our show, Corey, are you a live Christmas tree or fake?
Fake.
Yeah, so we're all kind of fakes here.
Yeah.
Good to know when you guys are going to listen to our handicapping segment. So, all right, let's get into
Mike,
a little bit.
Hey, Mike, you know something, though? Corey gave me the inspiration on that song to send Dina Martin, who's celebrating her 300th Dina Martin Live podcast show, Jackie. So I played that song on my guitar and sent her a little video. So they're going to use it on the show.
Yeah.
That's great, Corey. I'm glad. It just popped in my mind. I don't
Send
know
her
how
this clip. She mentions and says happy birthday to everybody on her show. So you should tell her we're talking about her here. She's been using the Jackie Slater singers for some time in the background there, Jackie. Right. Your group is great.
What a awesome. Sweetheart. What a sweetheart she is.
She's great.
It's great music.
All right, well, you guys did some interesting things this week. I want to talk to you about playing football over the holidays. But before we do, Jackie, I want to hear what you did last week. But before we get there, let's talk about Vince. He went back to the Cornhusker State there because he can't stay away from the Cornhuskers. And you were pheasant hunting, is that right? Tell us about it.
Yes, I was invited by my good friend who's a former ENT doctor back there. They were doing a fundraiser for St. Andrew's Catholic Church in Tecumseh, Nebraska. great small town. It's probably about an hour drive from Lincoln, hour drive from Omaha, but the weather was cold. It was 20 in the low 20s, then low teens. But we went pheasant hunting, pheasant and chucker hunting out in the wilderness. Chucker is a small, rounded, more plump bird. It's a little more tender than the pheasant, but in the same kind of class species. But both were out there in the fields, and you can see how cold it was. The rivers were iced over, and took a few pictures there. But but the fun was, Mike, is just hunting for the birds and going out in a line. Here it is, right here. You got to watch.
Look at those dogs work, Mike.
They're
Have you ever
good,
seen
man.
dogs, upfield game dogs work? They just
Is that what they call them?
lateral.
Upfield gains, huh?
Yeah, they just go back and forth until they catch a scent.
Oh, there goes one.
Boy.
And then they'll just freeze in one spot.
Now, I think
And
Father
point.
Chris shot that one. But Nick, he missed it.
Good try, Nick.
He didn't make
Listen,
it. I know
always a
everybody by their
quarterback,
name.
Jackie.
That's
Jackie,
right.
always a quarterback.
I'm calling
there.
signals there,
They're
Mike.
gonna
You know.
They're going to bring the bird back.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they hunt, they flush the
Oh, there
birds,
it comes.
and they go fetch it. Here he comes. Here she comes.
Here we go.
Look at her.
Hey, Reba.
That's an English pointer.
And what's the breed of the dog?
Well, there's okay.
Good
and
job,
did you
Bane.
see?
What a nice job,
Okay,
bud.
Bane was our host and
How you doing,
our guy.
Kathleen?
And there's the best shooter of them all right there, Kathleen. She was from Columbus, Ohio.
You know,
Great.
Vince,
But he says it's mine, and the dog drops it.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. That trained dog, that's the most amazing thing to me, to watch those dogs work. And when he brought the bird back, the guy said mine, and he immediately dropped it and went back to hunting. That's amazing.
Ready?
Right, exactly.
That's pretty good.
You can see, I mean,
Just gonna leave
everybody
him
was
there, right,
prepared for this, but those dogs, that little dog, I mean, both of them were just tremendous.
Yeah.
Those
Tremendous
cutie
assets.
pies,
You got to
man,
have
they're
them.
good.
And they'll just sit right in front of the birds, and they smell them. They don't see them. They smell them. They know where they're at. And then when he'll say flush,
Yeah.
they go. And you got to be ready to go.
You know, Mike, the beautiful thing about these hunts that Vince and I have gone on is that those birds are laying right there. Those men will take those birds and defeather them and prepare them, lay them out, in some cases season those birds, and take them back. And then for the holidays, these ladies in the Midwest and in the South, they can put some seasoning on these things and man, make I'm telling you, they make you bite your thumb. They're so
Well,
delicious.
I got to tell you, when I watched the way that they prepared the birds and defeathered them and everything afterwards, it's a surgeon, for God's sakes. He was like careful and got everything out. What do you do with the bullets? Do you try to hit him in the head? Is that the whole idea of it when you
just
when you're
knock
hunting?
them down. I mean, you know,
just knock them down.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were using 12-gauge shotguns.
Okay.
But you know the birds were, you know, they're beautiful birds. But we were shooting both hens and roosters. It just really didn't matter,
Right.
because that's what they said to do.
It was that
And-
type of sea. It was that
But yeah,
type
they
of
flash
season when you
freeze
shoot
the
'em
meat,
both.
Jackie. When we were done, we brought it back with us on some dry
brought
ice.
some back,
it,
yeah.
it was fantastic, Mike. And so you know that's the Midwest. There's, I think,
I
a
love
town
the
of
Midwest.
1,200 people.
Good people.
That was
Good
it.
people.
Yeah, it was a lot
Now,
of fun.
those are good dogs, but I trained my dog, Lindy, to actually hunt the pheasant for me while I sit and have a beer. Take a look. She's here in the studio with me. Go ahead, Lindy. See if you can get
Come
one.
on, Mike.
Oh, sorry, Jackie. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'll get you a new pair of pants. I'm sorry.
Oh, my
Yeah, man.
goodness.
Boy, okay, Lindy, go lay down. Thank you.
It is a great.
Yeah, it
We
was
got a
fun.
lot
A lot
to
of
talk
fun.
about.
And they raised a lot of money, too, so that was great for the
Yeah,
church.
that fundraiser for the church is great.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, so let me ask you guys, you know, we talk a lot about football here, but I like to get sometimes behind the scenes, and I don't want to throw you any off point. I like to stay on point, but sometimes, Jackie, I know I get off point. What's it like to have to play on a holiday when you catch the Christmas holiday or Thanksgiving and your team has to play and you're not with your family and you got to be up for the game and everything? I know it's your job, but it's like, let's start with you, Jackie. Yeah.
It's a difficult time. It's a very difficult time. I can remember being in Minnesota and actually going with the time that we had off, going over to Big John Williams, our starting right tackle's house, and having a Christmas meal with them. And then on the way back, we totaled the car that we were in because someone that was intoxicated pulled out in front of us, and they were going like 15 miles per hour and 70 miles.
Is that Minnesota, right?
Yeah, that was in
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
And we were all lucky to be able to get back. But the thing about it was that you try to make the best of it. but you're there to work. You're there to work and do your job, the job that you've signed on for. And in your family, it's a major sacrifice that your family has to make. In some cases, some of the guys were married and didn't have kids, and their wives would go and visit their parents or whatnot. But in many cases, because we were only going to be gone for 2 days, they would stay there and be there alone until we return, and then we would celebrate when we get back. Now, that was the way that it used to be. I don't know exactly what the guys are doing right now. I really haven't asked and checked on that, but I can imagine that with the football season being like it is during the holidays and so celebrated in our country during the holidays, that the players just have to get up and go, and it's a necessary evil that we have to deal with in order to be able to play this great game that we all love.
Yeah, and Vince, how about you?
Well, we know the football season does travel through the holidays. Mike, goes Christmas and New Year's, and it's just part of your job. You know that you're going to be right in the middle of it, and a lot of times you will have to play on the holiday itself. But we do a short celebration maybe at home with the family, either before or afterwards, and everybody's watching the game, so we hope to bring them a Christmas present with a win when we come home. So it gives you a little bit more motivation to play well on the holidays.
And it's another good thing is that family usually gather around the TV, and that's the one thing diverse families in particular, have in common is sitting there pulling for their favorite team.
Yeah. And their favorite cheese. And I want to remind you, if I were doing it, I'd bring cheese with me, enough for the whole team, so I could get them, kind of relaxed before they do the game, and then a big celebration after a win afterwards. And why not get Harmony cheese? Jackie, you've ordered a bunch of that Harmony cheese.
I really have, and
I
reached out to Bree. Bree has done a fabulous job with some charcuterie boards for this holiday season. But I reached out to her, and because I wanted to make sure everything was taken care of perfectly, and I sent, several packages all over the country, particularly in the South where my family is, and I wanted them to be able to enjoy some of this cheese that here is talking about. So Harmony cheese helps make Christmas a special time for me.
It does. I've got to make that call too, Jack.
Yeah.
So we got to order some of this stuff.
Thanks to both of you. I'll be looking forward to my shipment.
Mike, you get cheese every week. They send us cheese every week.
Did you mention CRN Talk for your 10% off?
That's right. No, you didn't.
I forgot that, didn't you?
That's all right.
CRN Talk for my 10% off.
HarmonyCheese.com.
She probably did.
Yeah.
When you order, say CRN Talk, you get 10% off your first order. HarmonyCheese.com. Best Green Bay, best Midwest cheese you'll ever have. Best cheese in America. HarmonyCheese.com. Don't forget CRN Talk. We'll be back on Point Live. Staying on point. We'll get to the games here right after this. Vince Ferragamo, Jackie Slater. Stay with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Vince Ferragamo and the Winos.
They're clapping.
It's a positive. Vince has great wine. People love your wine, Vince Ferragamo. Tell everybody about your wine for Christmas.
Thank you, Michael. Well, we have that Super Tuscan, that Caressa J. Everybody that's everyone's favorite. It's our favorite too as well, but it goes with any kind of food you want to have, especially during the holidays.
Yes,
it's perfect. It's great.
All right, back here on Point Live, Jackie Slater, Vince Ferragamo with you. Going to look at the games from last week. Let's start with your team, guys, that you played on for many years. Rams took it to the Lions. That was a back and forth game, but the Rams stayed on top, 41-34. Jackie Slater, let's start with you.
Well,
big game.
It was a big game, and it was a game where the Rams, in my opinion, they did the things that they really needed to do to win the ball game. Now, they were helped a little bit, I think, with the play calling of the head coach of the Detroit Lions and the way he mixed up his plays. But the goal was clear, in my opinion, Vince, and it was to stop Sonic the Hedgehog. Jameer, it was to stop Jameer Gibbs and Montgomery. Their rushing attack has been just devastating to teams all season long, and I think that they knew that they had to stop the run, and they were conceding a lot of things to Jared Goff in the passing game. Unfortunately for Jared Goff in the passing game, Vince, I feel that they didn't know how to use the plays that would allow them to do a lot of run after the catch stuff. Get the ball out of his hand, let guys run 2, 3, 4 extra yards. They just didn't do that.
No.
But one of the things that I noticed, and I have to give the defensive coordinator of the Rams a lot of credit for this. He and his defensive line coach, Shula, they did a great job of telling those pass rushing guys of theirs to hunker down, if you will, on rundowns. These guys were not trying to beat blocks at the line of scrimmage. They were not trying to get a lot of penetration against that big physical offensive line of the Detroit Lions. What they did was they made contact and they held their ground. They made contact and they held their ground, and they weren't able to insert the ball past them. They made tackles right at it around the line of scrimmage, and then inside when it was obvious for pass downs, they got great pass rush, particularly from the inside as Kobe Turner came in and had 2 sacks. The edge rushers were limited a little bit because those tackles were good, Vince. We knew that going in. But they did a good job inside with that pass rush, and just the way they played the run, I thought it was beautiful.
That's a great observation.
Vince Ferragamo, what do you think here? Quarterback perspective, Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford? Where are we now?
Well, great observation by Jackie, because how the defense dug in and stopped the run. And most of this game today, Mike, is coach-driven. They take the direction of the coach.
Yep.
And they take the direction of the quarterbacks, as you just asked. And so both these quarterbacks are very qualified and capable. They're probably both 2 MVP candidates. However, the advantage went to the Rams because of their coaching preparation. And I think when you can't stop a team when they need to run or they're going to run and they're running and they rush for 10 yards a crack, that's not good preparation.
That's not good preparation.
Their 2 backs ran for almost 150 yards as opposed to Montgomery and Gibbs rushed for 70 yards. That's not their style. And so you force Jared Goff to sit there and throw, and now you're playing against a good pass rush team. So it's favoring in the hands of the Rams. And the other thing is when you play the Rams, you have to stop the run. You have to stop the bootleg. Okay, the bootleg play, if no one's there to stop it, they'll run it to death, and they'll burn you, and they'll kill you with it. So
big yardage.
We say at the RR, the Rams rush. So you got to stop that. Not only the defensive rush, but their offensive rush now. They're getting movement on the line of scrimmage, having a lot of success with it, and that's contributed to their success.
Coaching is to be, we can't underestimate coaching. Sean McVay, he has historically not gone for it on 4th down. But here he was, knowing he was going to get the ball when he came out after halftime. And 2 different occasions he went for it on 4th down and ultimately ended up getting 3 points out of that. So instead of going in at half, coming out of half at 2-score with a 2-score advantage for Detroit.
They're only down by 10.
It was a 1-score advantage.
Oh, that's right. They were down by 7.
It was a 1-score advantage.
You're right.
And then they just took over
the second half.
In the second half. It was a beautifully coached game, not only from the head coach, but also from the defensive coordinator and Sean McVay as well as the offensive coordinator. I thought it was an excellent game plan.
All right, let's stay with the quarterback point of view because the interesting game. The Bills came 21 points back to beat the Patriots 35-31. Vince Ferragamo, your thoughts on this game?
Well, down 21 points at the beginning, Michael. That's how good Josh Allen is. And also Drake May on offense. And we're talking about MVPs. Both those guys, to me, in my mind, are the front runners. And at watching Drake May the first quarter and a half, I said he's definitely the MVP no matter what. But, Jackie, people are saying about Matt Stafford. They give him a lot of props too. But, in my estimation, Mike, and Jackie can explain more, but I think that, Matt Stafford is efficient. He's steady. He's on target. He's on point pretty much. But I think the fact that he's running the offense so efficiently, the other quarterbacks are actually the offense. They are the offense. It's a one-man show. They're doing everything. They're blocking downfield. They're throwing long, beautiful balls. They're running the touchdowns. They're contributing of more value to their team.
Well, this is an argument that could go on and on for days, and I do see Vince's point of view. You look at Josh Allen. This guy is single-handedly accounting for 2 or 3 touchdowns every game with his legs. You look at the kid over in Denver,
Bo Nix.
You look at the kid at New England. These guys are making plays with their legs. They're running. They're passing. They are the centerpiece of their offensive efforts, and their offensive efforts has, for the most part, been better than their opponents all year long. Mm-hmm. But when you look at a guy like Matthew Stafford, this is what I see. I see a guy who stays in the pocket. He's not going to hurt you with his legs. In fact, when Matthew Stafford starts running around, I get nervous. Yeah. I want the ball out of his hand. And he have done a fantastic job, Vince, of targeting the open receiver. And let's not kid ourselves. Every good quarterback has to be supported schematically. The scheme in which he's operating has to be one, and I give a lot of credit to these guys that are, making things out of nothing and breaking out of, like Josh Allen is a freak, in my opinion. Just like Lamar Jackson. These guys are freaks, and they're MVP worthy. There's no doubt about it. But when you look at a stoic kind of an offensive setup like the Rams have, I think Matt Stafford is the perfect quarterback for that. And because of their success, they're the first team to clinch a playoff berth in this year's playoffs, and they've been steady and consistent all year long. I got a big game coming up now here with Seattle. Now it's gonna say a lot after that game, but I mean you got to give a lot of credit to Matthew Stafford and the way he is operating in a pretty much a coach-dominated offense, because McVay is the guy that's making the difference.
And Jackie, there's 3 games left in the season, so it's going to be defined more clearly in the last 3 weeks of the season. But Matt Stafford obviously would have the Lifetime Achievement Award, but I'm not sure for him.
Well, we're not giving the
at
award,
this point.
So,
so could Phillip Rivers.
So
could Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, I guess you got a point. But we're not giving awards for Lifetime Achievements. We're giving awards for this season and this season alone, Vince.
Well, all right. So the Rams playing the Seahawks this weekend.
Right. Lifetime
Both teams are 11-3. All we hear about is how great the Rams are doing. What about the Broncos? Last week, Corey Marino, that's his team here, our producer. Right. Broncos 34 against the Pack from the Midwest, Harmony Cheese Country, 26 on that game. And quietly, the Packers have they've won 11 games in a row, gentlemen.
The Broncos have, and a lot of them are coming from behind, Mike. Yeah. They're coming from behind in the fourth quarter, but a lot again goes to the coaching. It goes to Sean Payton. What he's been able to accomplish, not only running the football, that's opened everything up, but he's got a quarterback that's improving from week to week. He's got great defense, and now with Patrick Surtain, came up with the best catch I've ever seen a defensive back come up with on a long post route that could have been a touchdown. Mm-hmm. He intercepts it. I mean, come on, these teams are playing at a top level, especially those Broncos, Jackie. And now they've got Jacksonville coming to town.
Oh, my goodness.
That's going to be a tough game for the Broncos, but I still like the Broncos.
Yeah, I still like the Broncos as well. And Jacksonville, even though they've gained some ground, I can still see their quarterback, Trevor Lawrence.
Your boy, Trevor Lawrence.
I can still see him falling.
You love Trevor.
He fell in the pocket twice.
Yeah, but Jackie, he threw 4 touchdown passes last week and ran for another one.
On the same play, he fell in the pocket twice, then he got up and ran in for a touchdown. He's a very, very talented guy, but he's also a little bit on the lucky side. But when it comes to the Broncos, Vince, I mean, this is a defensive-oriented football team with a young, growing quarterback. And that's the way I view them. Their offensive line has consistently been very good. And one of the advantages, and I will continue to say this until this is all over and proven to be true, they're playing at altitude. They're practicing at altitude. There is something to be said about a 300-pound man who practices at altitude and then comes down to where he's not playing at altitude or even playing at altitude. It's something about the endurance level that they attain that's superior to everybody else.
Let me say one last thing, Mike.
It is an advantage.
And the MVP award will be clearly defined after this weekend because the Patriots go to the Ravens. So if Drake May has a great game, watch out. The Bills go to Cleveland. If Josh Allen has a big game, watch out. And the Rams play Seattle. If Matt Stafford has a big game in this game, it will be clearly defined next week.
We'll get a lot of answers.
We'll get more answers.
A lot of answers.
Check out our YouTube channel, everybody. On Point Live with Vince and Jackie. Just go to YouTube. On Point Live with Vince and Jackie. Our Instagram, on.point.live. Our website, onpointlive.net. And don't forget, the holidays are here. Your chance for last-minute shopping, harmonycheese.com. Let's go to their website, harmonycheese.com. When you check out, Mention CRN Talk as the code words, and you get 10% off your order. Check it out, harmonycheese.com. We'll be back. Email us onpoint@crntalk.com.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling.
Everybody, welcome back to On Point Live with Vince Ferragamo and Jackie Slater. Everybody
That's part of the
wants
show
to-
right there.
I like sweet potato
wants
pie,
to go
Yeah.
to Brenda Lee's house because she decorates her tree with Harmony cheese. And you can get your cheese, harmonycheese.com.
See that one.
Hang it on the cheese and give it to your guests as they come right
Those
to the
ornaments wouldn't stay long if Jackie was there. He'd be pulling them off.
door. Make sure Jackie gets up there last. 'Cause he's
Just
gonna
my
take
luck to
whatever's
pull
left.
the doggone tree over.
Email us onpoint@crntalk.com. We appreciate that. Subscribe to On Point Live with Vince and Jackie on our YouTube channel. Back to some of these games from last week. And again, remember, we pre-tape here a little bit. So if you're getting these games a little late or whatever, it's because we pre-tape. Jackie, last week, Baltimore finally getting back to shape, I think, 24-0 over the Bengals. What happened to the Bengals?
Well, it's not so much what happened to the Bengals, it's what might be the word coming out of Baltimore. And I think that word is, hey, we've gone through a rough season. Our best player, arguably the best player in all of pro football, has been nicked up in and out of the lineup, can't run, can't be himself because of that hamstring. Now, he's getting healthy, and our surge now should be developed and built around him as he gets better. And Lamar, what can we say? This guy's a two-time MVP, and he is going to make things happen. He is operating from the pocket, as Vince has pointed out over and over and over again, and that's where he is most dominant, there and with his legs. Lamar Jackson, to me, rediscovered his rhythm in this past week, and the playoff chances are going to surge, ahead of this stretch that they're on right now. Now, the thing that concerns me a little bit, Vince, and I know you and I are big fans of Joe Burrow because you play with his pop and all that. We followed him. But Joe Burrow, to me, he seemed discouraged.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow said something that I never thought I'd hear come out of his mouth. He said that any quarterback playing in the National Football League this past week would have been better than him. Now, here's a young man that's arguably the best arm talent in all of pro football, and he complements that arm talent with a mind that understands how to beat you. We've agreed on that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's discussed it. The one thing that tells me is that probably there's a good possibility that he's struggling physically, Vince, and that they did not deal with that turf toe properly to his satisfaction so he can be comfortable playing and throwing off of it.
It's definitely something to consider, Jackie, because that turf toe is a dangerous rehab, and you really have to really be ready to go with this thing.
Absolutely.
And, it's a team game, though. It's a team game, and, it's an understatement, of course, on his part, but, Jamar Chase is catching a lot of balls. It's a team game. You have to play offense,
Right.
defense, special teams.
Vince, what about the Cowboys? Again, a disappointment here. Vikings beat them 34-26.
Yeah, they almost are outside of the playoffs looking in right now. I think the Vikings, they're just a last-gasp effort with J.J. McCarthy. He had a pretty decent game. That game, he's kind of a little cocky when he's running in the end zone with his antics that he does. And some players like it. I'm not a big fan of that kind of thing. I'm more of a Barry Sanders guy. Just run in there, take the ball, hand the ball to the
Act like
official,
you're
and,
going to be
and
back
go do it
again.
again.
Yeah.
Come do it again.
A little
And
too much dancing around for
Yeah,
me.
too much for me.
Chargers 16, Chiefs 13, Jackie Slater. What'd you see here?
Well, I mean, the Chargers are. This is a resilient football team to me, Vince. Look what their offensive line has been decimated, and then they take guys that are playing tackle, playing guard, they move them to tackle, and they've managed to compete. They managed to.
Don't you think they're a physical team now?
Oh, they're
though,
very
Jackie?
physical. They're
They're playing more physical than I've ever seen them play.
They're very physical. I wouldn't say, Vince, and I know you are not too crazy about some of the play selection we've seen, but it's meat and potato. It's get 2 or 3 yards. It's just get you 3 to 4 yards on first down with the run, and then throw the ball, run after the catch, and down the field. They're giving the quarterback an opportunity to do them all. And then this quarterback, he is a daring young man. Big physical guy. He's being paid real well, and he works hard to earn his money and to be a leader of that football team. So the Chargers, to me, they still have a bright light ahead of them in this particular season. Can't say that for Kansas City.
And there's not enough said about the quarterback and the coach. They're both quarterbacks. Jim Harbaugh is rubbing off on this team. And Justin Herbert. And we've always talked about him.
Yeah, toughness.
I mean, he's a gamer. I mean, he's going to play through thick and thin, through it. He'll do whatever it takes to win. He's a competitor. That's what you want back there. But, I feel very sorry for the Chiefs, though, Jackie.
Yeah.
Because Patrick Mahomes
absolutely
suffering that ACL injury, and it's so
tough.
History repeats itself.
It's kind of eerie, Vince.
Isn't that weird?
It's kind of eerie when you think about what happened.
With him and Tom Brady.
Yeah, him and Tom Brady, man.
After their 9th NFL season, Jackie.
And after winning 3 Super Bowls.
And losing the Super Bowl the previous year. It happened both times.
And both of them tore their
ACLs.
It's kind of eerie.
Get over there to see Michael Sheps, our guy here in Southern California. Saints 20, Panthers 17. 49ers 37, Titans 24.
Hey, Brock Purdy's back, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's back with
23. He was 23 of 30, Jackie. 77% per completion percent. 295 yards. Yes. 3 touchdowns. 140 QBR. I mean,
Brock Purdy is back. He is back.
They're starting. If their defense rallies. And, they're playing a lot better with Robert Saleh. So.
Yeah, but they're not rushing the passer. They don't have that premier pass
we told
rush.
you about that.
Yeah.
Have to go to the Super Bowl.
You got to have
Miles Garrett. Oh, you can't get him. Too late.
It's too late to trade him.
Jackie Slater, Seahawks 18, Colts 16. That was a game. The quarterbacks battling it out. Sam Darnold and Phillip Rivers back in the game.
The most exciting thing to me about that game was watching Phillip Rivers throw a touchdown and then flashing to his high school football players.
That's right. They were going crazy.
Jumping up. They were so excited. Man, that was epic for me, And then, you have to, what can you say about this guy? He comes out of retirement. He has 10 children of his own. He is doing his work. And then he and Shane Steichen are friends. They've communicated often. You don't just walk back into the National Football League after a 5-year hiatus unless you've had some contact. Right. So a lot of the theories that Steichen is running, they've discussed. They're friends. They're buddies. They make phone calls. They talk about technique and all. So, we
were close.
Yeah, we didn't see him throw any 50-yard bombs on the money or anything like that, but he distributed the ball well. They had balance with their rushing attack, and it made for a competitive game. It took a field goal at the end of the game to beat them.
Mike,
Vince, you got to stay in the shape, as Jackie said. You're a quarterback.
It's tough at 44 years old to compete with these young guys the way fast and strong they are today. But, Mike, it's like
10 kids will keep him in shape.
That's right.
That's right. Well, he needs that insurance, that's for sure. But, it's like he took a risk, a huge risk. I mean, it could have been embarrassing. Luckily, he was on a good team. Yeah. He was on a good team with a good running coach. He knew the coach. He knew the system somewhat.
And Vince,
he played okay. He played all right for his age with one week of practice.
For all we know, he could be a sounding board for Steichen on a weekly basis.
He could be. Well, it gives him the best chance to win. I mean, that's why they got him in there. We'll see this week. They got the Niners.
I still believe Kyle Shanahan confers with his father.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
These guys,
why wouldn't you?
Some of the brightest coaches in the game. And Sean McVay, I don't know who it is that he's probably talking to, but you better believe that he's being mentored every step of the way by some of these old guys.
And I told you, who's got the best special teams in the NFL? It's the Seahawks. They came back and win it with a 52-yard field goal, Jackie, with no time left. I mean, this is a good team. So
Jaguars tuning up, beating the Jets 48-20. Jacksonville got to play Denver at Denver. What do you guys think?
Well, that's going to be a good one. They're both division leaders.
Yep.
So, it's the best team in football against Jacksonville is coming on.
Jacksonville's coming on, and if they can just keep Trevor Lawrence on his feet, and I can still see him falling.
He rushed for a touchdown. He threw for 4 touchdowns.
No, but Vince, he got up off the ground and ran for a touchdown. He fell twice.
Championship?
He fell twice in the pocket.
But that was weeks ago. He slipped.
I mean, you talking about Laurel and Hardy. That was
okay.
Somebody threw some Abergele harmony cheese on the ground. He was picking shaking it up. All right.
How about those Bears?
Bears 31, Browns 3.
Wow,
What's going on there?
The Bears have the Packers this week. Could it be a rematch again?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what he said, right, Jackie? To be quite frank,
Yeah.
this is Ben Johnson, the coach. He says, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year with a smirk on his face. That came back.
Fighting
and
words.
Those are still resonating in that locker room
Coach
right
of the
now.
Bears.
Fighting words.
Coach of the Bears.
He should have never said
those
that.
Those words are posted on every post in that building. Every time a player walks around a corner, he sees those words up there, and you think that doesn't motivate a guy?
Hey, well, maybe say it the second time you play him, Jackie.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
the first time, because you got to play him again.
Yeah, wait till the second time. That way you don't see him again until next year, perhaps.
Come on, Ben.
Texans 40, Cardinals 20. Texans got to be 2-up a little bit. Jackie, your thoughts on that game?
They got to be excited.
They're rolling.
Got to be excited. They are rolling, and the team, unfortunately, that they're playing against, they're looking forward to next season. It's unfortunate that that's going on in Carolina. I mean, over here in Arizona, but some teams just they flounder for a year. I think they might be somewhere between.
We said it best last week.
Letting go of $100 million quarterback and signing a new one, over this next year or so.
The ship is sinking. We said that last week.
Is it time to swab the deck?
Commanders 29, Giants 21. How about the Eagles finally coming back, taking care of the Raiders, Jackie? 31-zip.
Well,
They got the running game going, Jackie.
Yeah, I know, but I just.
They got that running.
I don't know what it is, but my heart is stuck on the Raiders. I just have never known the Raiders to play as inconsistently as they've been playing.
Yeah.
For two reasons. Number one, the theory, the heartfelt emotion in that organization, which goes all the way back to Al Davis, which says "just win, baby." That cry resonates with those players in that locker room. It's all over the buildings over there. And then number two, Pete Carroll. When we know Pete Carroll to be a motivator of men, and then a guy that, quite frankly, recognizes talent and usually utilizes that talent to its highest degree.
You would think they'd be much better, Jack. They only had 75 yards total offense. Do you know in the history of the NFL, the team that had the best defense and held the team with the least amount of yards in a single game, you know what that was?
It was the Rams.
It was when we played there.
Yeah.
The Seattle Seahawks.
That's
Jim
right.
Zorn was the quarterback.
Minus 7.
Speed handicapping.
Okay, let's
Here's
go
the
for it.
game. Rams playing in Seattle. Your thoughts, Vince?
I have to, I got to go with this home team, Seattle.
Jackie.
I'm going with the Rams.
Okay.
Corey?
I'm going with the Rams.
Okay.
I'm going Rams.
I got to come back and beat you guys somehow.
Eagles playing the Commanders. I like the Eagles.
Me too.
I'm going with the Eagles as well.
Corey?
I'm going with the Eagles as well.
Yep.
All right, here's a good game. Green
They don't have
Bay.
a quarterback in Washington, for goodness
He's
sake.
right. Green Bay going up against Chicago. Jackie.
I'm going with the Bears. I'm going with the guy who put his neck in the noose by saying.
I'm scratching my bick. I was originally going with the Bears. I'm going with the Packers because of what he said.
Bears.
I'm going with the Packers. Even without Micah Parsons.
I'm going with the Bears because of what he said also. Sometimes you have to.
You going with the Bears?
Because of what he said. Sometimes you have to stick your neck out there,
okay.
Vince, to get everybody to support you.
The Packers.
I like it. I'm going Packers. Corey.
I'm going the Packers as well.
Chargers playing Dallas Cowboys. Corey.
I'm going with the Chargers.
Chargers.
This is such
I got the Chargers.
It's such an odd season. I'm going with the Cowboys. They're not going to quit.
Chiefs against the Tennessee Titans. Vince.
Man, I got to go with the Chiefs, even without Patrick Mahomes.
I'm going with the Titans. Gardner Minshew, is that his name?
Yeah, Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew. Sounds like he should be
Corey.
gardening.
I like the Chiefs.
I like the Chiefs, even though we don't know who's quarterback in there, but we'll see what happens. All right, take a break. We'll finish it off. Get your cards ready. Big finish here coming up. On Point Live. Vince Ferragamo, Jackie Slater. Brought to you by HarmonyCheese.com. The holiday season is here. Get your orders in. Go to their website, HarmonyCheese.com. Complete cheese packages sent right to the door. Get everybody on your list.
He's making a list, he's checking it twice.
And we're handicapping football, and boy, it's mighty nice. All right, get back to the game here. Vince Ferragamo, Jackie Slater on Point Live. Tampa Bay going up against the Carolina Panthers this week. Vince.
Well, they're both tied. They both need to win.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the Panthers. I like their secondary.
I'm going with them, too. You know why? I like their offensive line, and I like their commitment to running football.
We agreed. For
Taylor
once.
Moton is anchoring that offensive line. They're blowing people up.
Corey?
I'm going with the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm going to go Carolina, I think, and hold my nose. All right. Buffalo Bills against the Cleveland Browns. I'm going Buffalo. What do you think, Vince?
Why wouldn't you? Buffalo Bills.
I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. I feel badly for Shedeur Sanders. Yeah. You know, I just can't see him beat
He's
Buffalo.
got a lot of games ahead of him, though. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills.
Okay, Corey, Cincinnati Bengals are at Miami. What do you think?
Both these teams got knocked out last week, but I'm going with the Bengals.
You going with the Bengals?
I'm going with the Bengals.
Well, you know, Joe Burrow was discouraged to me, and I'm not so sure that that's going to change because I still happen to believe he's having problems with his foot.
You're going to go with Tua over Joe?
Well, I'm going to go with Miami because they're mulling a quarterback change.
Well, when that happens, they generally lose.
Prior to last week, they won 4 in a row, Vince. So
Jets against
can't be
the
that
New
bad.
Orleans Saints. What do you think, Vince?
I got the Saints.
I got them too.
Saints.
They go 3 in a row.
I don't even know who the quarterback of the Saints is. Have no idea.
Tyler
you picking?
Or Tyler.
Chuck.
But he played
Chuck.
better last week,
Who
so
you
I'm going
picking?
with the Saints as well.
Minnesota Vikings, New York Giants. Jackie.
There's no question about it. I'm going with the Minnesota
Me
Vikings.
too.
I'm going with the Giants.
I'm going with the Vikings.
Atlanta Falcons against the Arizona Cardinals. Corey.
Falcons.
Gosh.
I got the Falcons.
You know?
I'd have to go with the Falcons. I'm changing mine.
What
I
about
don't
the
know why I'm going
quarterback?
to
You said
Carolina.
you didn't like the quarterback.
No, Kirk Cousins. I mean,
I'm
Make
going to
your
have to
pick.
put
they're
up.
losing. The
I'm gonna
Cardinals
have to-
can't win.
I'm going with Atlanta.
Maybe the best game of the week, Jaguars at Denver. I'm going Denver. Corey.
Denver.
I got Denver.
I'm going with Denver's defense.
Raiders at Houston. I like the Texans.
Oh,
Jackie.
Texans.
Got to choose the Texans.
Texans.
Corey. Pittsburgh Steelers, Detroit Lions. Jackie.
Well, Detroit has never
Quick.
lost.
Quick.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
I got to go Lions.
Lions.
I'm going Lions.
I'm
England,
going
the New England Patriots, Baltimore Ravens. Jackie.
I'm going with the Patriots.
Me too.
Me
Patriots.
too.
Ravens.
And the 49ers at Indy. What do you think, Vince?
49ers.
Me too.
49ers.
Niners.
All right, that's good. We're going to be back with you next week. Until then, Vince, some final thoughts from you. What do we always say?
What do we say, Jackie?
Stay on point.